When Gateley decided to float on the market, I think our relationship changed so dramatically that it became difficult for us to foresee where we would go from there. The two firms coming together had become really impossible because the Gateley having taken on external shareholders, we couldn't do that, and so it was getting to be one firm doing one thing and taking the business forward became very difficult. Well, our thinking would have been different. We would have been able to consider going with Gateley's onto the AIM market. So we would have liked to have had the opportunity to think that through. Because the opportunity wasn't there, we didn't really spend too much time thinking about it. There's no doubt that we could have come up with a rather convoluted structure that perhaps would have, which we've seen pop up in Scotland now and again. But we didn't think it was the ideal way to go forward. Well, I think we've always thought there was. I think lawyers tend to think there's too many lawyers, but it will and has been for the last at least decade a case of the good firms have prospered and firms that haven't been quite so successfully managed have not done well. So there's a sort of natural progression. The firms that have the talent and the management to make the firm go forward will still do well. I don't think there's a problem with that. We've seen a number of firms disappear, and that's sad, but it probably just is a reflection of how the market has changed. I don't think that necessarily that the influx of English firms into the Scottish market has been a cause of any of that. I think it'll be very difficult. I don't think there's any doubt that Britain will suffer a fairly severe reaction on withdrawing from Europe, but there'll be a recovery. So I think if you're in good shape and you can just keep your clients service your clients properly and keep looking for new business, I don't see it as a disaster, but I do think it will be a time of quite serious difficulties across the board.